Hello, Caroline.
Hello, Martin.
Welcome back to the Martin Talk Show.
Thanks, nice to be back.
So, where are we? What are we doing? What are we up to?
Okay, well these, I think this is Barnsley Woods.
Barnsley
I'm not
Woods.
100% on that though.
Okay, in Harlow,
Yeah.
near Church Langley.
Between Church Langley and Newhall.
Okay.
And it's a lovely, lovely wood.
Yes, it is. We're very lucky to have spaces like this within a town, aren't we?
We
Like,
really
there's
are.
a lot of places that you go to, a lot of other towns full of concrete, but this town has got a number of areas like this,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
It's beautiful, and this is all unspoilt from when Church Langley was built.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't interrupt this bit, and it's lovely. I feel sorry for the one person who has a house.
There's a house.
In the woods, there's a house, and it obviously was surrounded by nothing apart from
Originally.
fields, and now it's got a lot of
I
a whole estate near it.
I wonder though, like, it's like 30 years of Church Langley now.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're
Yeah,
used
it's a
to
long
it.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is all unspoilt and gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really is gorgeous. Yeah. Great place for hearing birds.
Hearing birds, yes. And yeah, I got a thing for birds, like I was telling you just now. Each podcast starts with a bit of bird song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do always notice bird sound.
I love it.
Bird
I
tweets.
just think birds, we take it for granted sometimes. You know, you hear that lovely dawn chorus in the mornings and you just don't even think about it sometimes. But what a beautiful noise to have in the mornings.
I find it calming. I find walking through the woods, I find all the greenery calming as well.
It is.
I was telling someone yesterday that was having problems with stress to go for a walk in the woods.
Yeah.
Because I feel relieved when I often come out by myself.
Yep.
And just go for a stroll. I just feel fresher
That's it.
from being out here.
Connecting with nature. There's something really calming about trees as well. Really, there's some sort of science to do with that I don't know, but I do know
Science?
that they tell you, to do with how calming trees are.
Yeah, science, or I like to go beyond science.
Do you?
I think it's almost something spiritual, something
Well-
maybe like that we can connect with it on an energy and a frequency.
That as well, definitely. And they're breathing out what we
Oxygen.
need.
So there is the science side of it. There is
Yeah.
the oxygen which they give us.
Yep.
So of course we're going to feel fresher
That's it.
in this place.
Exactly, and it's the light, the dappled light that you get. Like now, at the minute, we're seeing pools of, or sun puddles, as we like to call them, on the ground, where the sunlight is shining through the leaves on the trees, and it's just gorgeous. How can you not feel calm and happy when you
In a space like this.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
we come here today to talk about a new little adventure that you're on. New little venture.
It's a venture and an adventure.
Nice. That's the perfect mix, is it not?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Shall I tell you?
I do. I want to know. Tell me.
I'll tell you about
Yeah,
it.
that's what.
Okay, well, I'm an author and a designer as part of the things that I do, and a graphic designer, I should say. And I have spent many years writing and designing children's books for lots and lots of different publishers. Some big publishers like Scholastic, other smaller publishers, but a lot of educational publishers. And earlier this year, somebody who I used to work with suggested to me that would I like to go into sort of a partnership with her and produce some books of our own rather than doing them for somebody else, for another publisher.
Good.
And I thought, well, that's an interesting idea, and she's lovely, so I thought, well, I'd love to work with her.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what we're doing.
Wow.
And our first set of books have just been released and are on sale literally this week.
Okay.
So that's actually good timing.
So what's the title of the book? What's the book called?
Okay, well, it's a set of books called Garden Birds, and they are published under a series called the Enchanted Nature Series. But they're special. They're not just any old books. There's a set of 6. But they're written specially for children to be able to read themselves. So there's a little bit of science behind it in terms of I'm a qualified teacher as well, you see.
Okay, so you're not just making this up as you go along.
I'm not just making it up as I go along. I've taught many hundreds of children to read in my career, and I've also worked for 16 years at a phonics company as well. writing and designing for them. So
you're in this moment of putting together all of the knowledge that you've accumulated over the years, all the skills you have, into this new book.
all in one place.
All in one place.
Yes, and choosing a topic, because obviously my friend said to me, what do you want to, produce a set of books, you can choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I thought, I love birds. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to produce a set of books about something that I love? And how lovely to be able to do that, just to please myself. But they're written for early readers, so for children who are starting to learn to read. They've learnt their initial sounds, and they want the confidence now of putting those sounds together, blending the sounds to make words, and that's what these books are designed for.
So early learning stage. What we're talking at primary school age?
We're talking Key Stage 1, we're talking, reception year 1, year 2, depending on the level of the child and their confidence. But they should be able to, as long as they've learnt their sounds. So, I'm not talking about their letters.
Yes.
So it's no good being able to say, that's A, that's B, which is sometimes what parents teach their children before they go to school. They think that that's valuable, and it is valuable to know that's A, but more valuable to know that that's A. Because because then you can blend.
That's how we begin to communicate.
Yeah, and you start to blend the sounds together. So if you know that's k, a, t, then you can blend it together, and that's a skill in itself, learning to blend. Cat, cat, and that moment of I can read a word, and the confidence that gives a child. And these books are designed specifically to be able to read.
So this is phonics.
It's phonics.
And so where did phonics come from? Is this a new theory? Is this a new idea?
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
Is it? I feel like I did that at school. Would I have done that at school?
I don't know exactly how old you are, Martin.
I'm 41. 41 2 days ago.
I'm
brand new.
Happy birthday. I don't know how long phonics has been around a long time.
Okay.
But it's gone in and out of fashion as things happen in education, and policies come in, policies go out. Governments like it, other governments don't like it so much. But it's always been around, and I think it's a given now that phonics is key to learning how to read. You have to combine it with other things. There are certain words in our English language that you can't blend, you can't sound out.
Okay.
And we call them sort of high frequency words, like the, as a good example. You can't sound out the. You just got to know it.
You've got to know the.
You just got to know it.
Okay.
And that's sort of sight recognition. So obviously these books also have some of those scattered in.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've helpfully listed those at the back so that there's
a guide.
There's a guide so that the teacher or parent can know what high frequency words are going to appear, and they can help the children with those as well. But that's something they just also have to learn. So that's quite helpful to have those as well.
So is this a book just for schools, or is this a book that would be found in the bedroom as well at home?
Well, I mean, there's 6, so there's a set of 6, and I will show you them at some point. And the idea is that, you can buy a set of 6 together. I think it's actually cheaper to buy the set together than to buy them individually.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't really see why you'd want to buy just one. If you're going to buy them, you're going to buy the set.
Yes, yeah.
And you learn all about each book. So each garden bird is in each book. So there's the first one is about robins.
Okay.
Because robins are my absolute favourite.
What is it about birds, first of all? I wanted to come to that before we go into all the individual birds.
Okay.
Why birds? Why birds and phonics together?
I just love the sound of birds. I love it. I love the fact that you can sit in your garden and all of a sudden you hear this beautiful singing, and it's a little bird singing its absolute heart out, and it's beautiful. I just think it's beautiful, and I started to be interested in the different sounds and how they all sound different, and I've got this app called Warbler. I think there is
where you can find out which bird.
Yeah. So you
I've got the same one. Yeah.
You hold it up and it records.
I found that app during COVID.
Yeah.
I was having that moment of COVID, sitting in the garden, and was like, I was intrigued by all the different bird noises to the point of that was a moment for me where I sat down and went, oh, they're different.
Yeah, no, exactly. and how exciting to record, and then it tells you what bird is singing to you. And then I started to get interested in, well, I know what birds roughly are in my area, but if you go somewhere else and you record, they're different birds.
Yes.
And sometimes early morning you might pick up a bird of prey or a heron or something really exciting, you know. And then at night you might pick up an owl, you know, that sort of thing. So I just found it really fascinating. And I think that's where it started. And then just looking at them, and they're beautiful.
Yes, yeah, and birds are obviously very symbolic to me as well. Yes. I love birds.
Why?
The logo's on here. There's two things to the bird for me. One is I think it symbolises to me freedom. I've always looked up at birds and just seen them as these creatures that are free, that can't be contained. That even when we try to contain them, they still find their way out in the world and express their freedom as much as possible. So that's really like key to what it symbolises. Yeah. And then also I had a dream once about a bird, that a bird came to me when
you are talking about a bird.
I'm talking about a bird, like a flying bird. A flying bird through the middle of doing this podcast. And like, not a bird, but a flying bird came to me in a dream with feathers and woke me up before I was about to fall off a cliff.
Wow.
And at that point, that was simply what the dream was. The bird sort of saved me. And so yeah, and that was a point where I was changing things up with the podcast, and then I added that bird into the logo through them two things.
Wow.
The personal thing and the symbolic nature of freedom.
That's significant, isn't it? Oh, there you go. I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. So birds mean something to me as well.
Well, they do obviously signify freedom. But there are other things, you know, but like robins, for example, they signify, a lot of people think that if you see a robin, you're seeing a loved one who's passed away. Yeah. And that means a lot to a lot of people, you know. And robins come close to us. You know, they're brave. Yes. And they prefer to nest somewhere, you know, that's a little bit unusual. They might nest in one of your boots, or, you know, you have to be careful. They might nest in the boot of your car, or under the engine of your car.
And
like
they are known that people tame robins. Oh, we're going this way. Yeah. Stay on this side of me. Yeah, I read a book recently. Actually, I got sent a book. Bob the Robin. Have you ever heard of Bob the Robin?
No.
No, he's a famous robin.
Is he?
In the UK. Bob the Robin. I'll give you the book to have a read. But it's all about this farmer that he loses a family member, and after that the robin comes to visit him.
There you go.
But he doesn't leave him.
See, that's lovely. And if you go to a garden centre, there's often a robin in the garden centre.
Yes.
You go into the garden centre for a cup of tea, you sit down, you're going to hear it, you're going to hear a beautiful song, and you're going to see a robin pop out. And I just love that.
Yeah.
I really love that. So, and they're beautiful. People, you know, they've got an association with Christmas, which is a romantic, lovely thing.
Yes.
But actually, they're around all year. You know, they're not just here at Christmas. They're always here.
And have you ever found a moment where you've been like, that robin, that means something? Do you ever have that?
I can't help it. You know, it's the general belief. If you see a robin, you think, oh. Who
that's someone come to visit.
Yeah, someone I've lost, someone precious to me, who's, you know, passed away, or who might that be, who's sending me a message, or, you know, wishing me well, or something, you know, or sent to comfort you at a difficult time, or something like that. Yeah. I haven't put that in the book. No, because my aim isn't to teach children.
We're going in at an early stage, aren't we? So we don't want to go in too deep. So let's get into the story then. What is in there? What is in this robin story?
Okay, well, it's not a story as such.
Okay.
So these are non-fiction books. So they're not story books. They are the aim is to try and teach children a little bit about garden birds. They've got birds that are around us all the time. And so I picked 6 birds that are generally, you know, around.
Okay.
And set it up through the year, because I think my fascination was that people think robins are just around at Christmas, and of course they're not.
No.
So I thought it might be interesting for children to learn what they're doing the rest of the time. I think we need to go down there.
We're going down this way, into the woods.
Did you know we're in Hope Avenue at the moment?
No.
This is Hope Avenue.
Okay.
You might just want to show it.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's a little walk, isn't it, down here?
Like a walkway. And this was during COVID. This is where everybody brought their pictures of rainbows and fairy doors and lots of things, and this
I
whole
remember
thing
now.
was decorated.
It was decorated the whole way down with pictures.
It was gorgeous. Yeah, and it was sort of named Hope Avenue.
So it wasn't called Hope Avenue
No.
before that.
No.
That's now the name, Hope Avenue.
During COVID.
Some good things came from COVID, didn't it?
Well,
There was community moments. There was moments of people coming together, and
absolutely there was. Yeah, and that was very special.
Hope Avenue. I like that.
Yeah. So I thought, why not tell children not just what robins are doing in December, but what they're doing the rest of the year. And I thought that was quite a good angle to go in at. So it's called the first book is called The Robin's Year.
Okay.
And each page, so it's very brightly cut, lots and lots of illustrations. Each page is a double page spread telling you the month of the year and a lovely big picture, a colourful picture, and telling you what the robin is doing in January. And then you turn over February. etc.
Okay.
And it takes you through to December.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. So it's not too hard to follow. It's
Nope.
nice and easy to engage with the children. And the visuals. Tell me about the visuals within the book, because you touched on how you've been a graphic designer and how you've illustrated
well, I mean,
for a lot
this is the lovely thing. I could do what I want with it. I've spent so many years working for publishers, and you're under a certain amount of rules.
Have we got to run up this bit?
No, please don't.
No. Are you all right? Can you do it?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, when you work at a publisher's, it's like there are rules. You have to do our books this way and that way. And this time, I had no one's rules apart from my own, and it was so liberating. I can't tell you, it's so lovely. So I just designed these books how I thought they should look.
Okay.
And I think they're beautiful.
And is there a particular style that it's reminiscent of? Have you been inspired by any other books?
No, genuinely just went with what I played with a lot of different ideas and went with what I thought looked lovely. I mean, I do like to think I'm pretty good with children. I've spent most of my career teaching children. I still teach children, and know what children would like and what would be engaging. And obviously I want them to look contemporary and up to date as well. So that's what I went with. What will children like?
What will they engage with, and what will they engage with based upon what you've discovered through your career?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. I don't know where I'm taking you now. We're
going deep into the woods.
Off the beaten track now.
Well, this is part of the adventure, isn't
Yes.
it? Of going for a walk in the woods.
Yes, it's lovely.
And that takes me back to the feeling that you get from going into the woods and going for a walk in the woods, that it might not necessarily be one path that you go on, and a walk through the woods is never the same twice.
No, exactly. And if anything is the case with me doing these books at this time of my life, it is that my life has really this year taken so many dramatic turns. It was like somebody came along and threw all the elements of my life up in the air and said, let's see where that all lands. That's what it felt like. And me doing these books now is part of that change and everything being different. And so I am on an unknown course at the moment. I don't know where it's taking me.
And how does that feel to be in that moment?
Do you know, go back 4 months and anybody whose life takes unexpected turns and things happen, will tell you that it can be really scary and unnerving. And go back a few months and I was feeling a bit unnerved and scared. But things are settling now. And sometimes you have to be pushed to make a change, don't you?
You do.
Changes don't always come naturally.
I wonder if there's something within that being pushed and within that feeling unsettled that drives you to do the thing that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because you wouldn't choose to do it.
No.
See, I'm not particularly good with change, adapting to change.
No.
Some people relish change. They do it on purpose. They sort of, I'm going to change my job. I'm going to move house. I'm going to move far away and start again. Some people relish that.
Yeah.
Most people don't, in fairness, But I'm not great with change. It takes me a while to get used to it. So, but like you say, if you don't ever take a leap of faith, you might never end up doing things that are end up being. Yes, there's lots of fairy doors in this.
Is there?
Yeah.
So change is hard for most of us. Change is scary
But leads
for
to
most.
opportunities.
but leads to opportunities and new things.
My mum always said, when God shuts a door, somewhere he opens a window. I've always remembered that, because when you think something's ended and you didn't want it to or expect it to, you can feel like the rug's been
I had that 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
I had that exact thing 2 weeks ago. So I've been doing some of these podcasts at a hotel in London, and it's been really great. They've been really accommodating. They've given me a lot of support. But I phoned them to make a booking there to record a new podcast, and they said basically, no, we can't do this right now, not for the foreseeable future. And I've got someone quite important lined up, and I was like, oh no, like what am I going to do? This isn't going to work. And the next day, a new opportunity came to me in my email.
There you go.
and it's all sorted itself out.
There you go, you see.
And
might turn out to be better.
The better opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that moment of panic isn't worth going too deep into, is it? It isn't worth some of the pain that you can feel.
No, but you sort of, it's natural human instinct if the rug's been pulled from under you, to panic and think, oh no, what am I going to do? Especially when it involves money, your job, your home, anything like that, or family members, anything like that. It can really be scary.
So how did you deal with it in this moment of change? How did you get through that then?
I have, over the last few months, really just been treading water. When just trying to keep afloat.
Yep.
Okay, so lots of stuff's happening in my life that's not under my control. All I can do is just keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep paddling or whatever, and wait for things to settle down. And genuinely, that's what I've been doing. And things are settling down, and some lovely things have come out of it. As I say, my friend's saying to me, okay, I'm free now. Why don't we do something for ourselves? Why don't we, we've spent our whole careers producing books for other people. Why don't we do some for ourselves? And I thought, yeah,
why not?
Why not?
And do you think that moment with your friend would have happened if you'd have been fighting against all of those other things that were happening to you in your life?
No, definitely not. No. So, good comes from bad sometimes, and doors have been shutting, but windows opening definitely. So you've got to go with it, and it is, it takes some courage. But nothing good will ever come of procrastinating. I could have sat there and said to her, do you know what? Yeah, let's. I'll think about that. Let's see how things are. Things are a bit difficult at the minute, so let's see how things are in a few months, and then nothing would have been done.
So you're not saying sit completely still. You're not saying lay down and do nothing.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying sometimes you need to just take one day at a time and keep going, but never stop.
Yes.
Don't ever stop. When I say put one foot in front of the other, although things were really difficult for me and I was managing one day at a time, I said yes. New opportunity, yes. Never say no. Never say no. I'm definitely a yes person when it comes to opportunities. Sometimes in my life I've said yes, and then you might regret it. It might not work. And then why did I say yes to this? Or yes, and then you think, how am I going to do that? But I've said yes, so I'm going to do it. And I think that's the best philosophy.
Yes.
Procrastination is the enemy.
Now, so my kids call me the procrastination man. They say that's my superpower. They do.
I don't think that's right.
I don't either, but they do.
No, I've known you for a long time.
No,
I don't think you're a procrastinator.
No, I think what happens with me is I work on things and I hyper focus. But before I hyper focus, I might be a little bit lost, or it might look like I'm lost to the rest of the world. But then once I've found my direction, I go.
Right. There you go.
And so, being my children, they probably see that moment of lostness more than others will.
Right, well, maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I think there is some truth in it.
Yeah, well, I don't see that in you.
No.
I see someone who's always looking for new opportunities. That's what I see.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you. I appreciate that for recognising that. But yeah, I can also procrastinate.
Well, we all can a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm.
But I will find that direction to go forward with the yeses.
Yeah.
Going back to that, it's those moments of something happens and you go, yes, let's find out what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. And chance that, you know, some things will work out. Not everything might work out,
No.
but some things will work out.
I think most things do, in some ways unexpected as well.
Yeah. Well, let's hope, you know, I believe in these books. You know, they have a... Ooh,
That was a nice...
that is a woody woodpecker.
That was a woody woodpecker.
Yes. You hear that?
Yeah. So I would have thought that was just the creaking of the trees.
That's a woodpecker.
That's actually the woodpecker.
Well, I think it's a woodpecker. What we need to do is get the app out and check it.
Would the app know that?
No,
Would
because
the...
it's not.
No, because
tapping,
it's tapping on the wood.
It's
It's not
singing.
making a sound. Which way now, Caroline? We've got crossroads here.
Now, isn't that symbolic? Crossroads in life.
Should we go this way?
Go on then. I haven't found the centre of the wood that I normally find.
Okay, we'll find it.
It's a bit like, you know...
I feel like this is centre way.
Well, you know, do you ever read a story when you were growing up? Like, there was somebody who was looking for something and it was only there, like there was a house or a pub or something that was only there.
And then it
one
would
night,
and then it would disappear.
and then it was never there again.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the centre of this wood.
Well, that's my life, because I have no sense of direction at all. So I could, you know, I mean, I could find the centre of the wood when I'm with my husband, when I'm with Simon or whatever, every time. But I come out on my own,
and you can never find it.
Not a chance that I will find the centre of the wood or anything else that I recognise. Come to that. Now, see, you picked a bad one. Look,
it's getting thinner and thinner. Oh no, a bad route.
Well, should we?
We'll persist, I think. Let's persist.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about your friend that you're doing these books with.
Okay.
What's her name?
Her name is Andrula. She's fabulous.
And where did you first meet Andrula?
We met at our last place of work, which she left a while ago, and then I left sort of maybe a year after she did. But we really loved working together. She was my manager for a long time. But actually this is where our skills combined, because she was sales and marketing manager.
Yes, yeah.
So for a long time I did all the design for her. So she would say, I need a poster, I need a flyer, I need an advert, blah, blah, blah. And then I would produce it for her. And we worked together for a long, long time, many, many years. And we'd make a good team. So it was her that came to me, because obviously between us, writing, designing, editing, which is me, and her sales and marketing, between us, we have the skills we need to do the whole job.
To do the whole package.
The whole package, yeah.
And so what do you think it is about your relationship that brought you together for this particular book?
Well, even though she left the company a year before I did, we've always stayed in touch. Mutual respect and friendship, I think, to be honest with you. You know, she respects what I do, I respect what she does. We both value each other a lot. And I trust her. I think if you're going to do a venture with anybody, it needs to be 100% trust, doesn't it?
Yes.
Otherwise you're in trouble. And you can't go into business with anybody, just anybody.
No, and it can sometimes, not always, work out with people that you do trust,
right.
or close friends. And
Okay.
where are we? Okay, we're on.
I think
You think we're on the right
Well, I
track?
recognise the tree that's fallen down, so let's try it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, and you know, it has been known for friendships to be spoilt by
Yes.
working together. So you do have to be a little bit careful, but I trust Andrula 100%, and hopefully she feels the same. Hence why she approached me in the first place to do it. So, yeah, total trust.
Now this bit looks interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fallen trees in the centre here. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, 1 2 1 2. Yeah. All good. I did that the other day. I've got a video from the other day where there's no sound.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that.
That happens every now and then. Technical glitches. But then I sometimes think, oh well, was we supposed to just have the conversation, me and the person, when that happens?
Well,
Maybe it wasn't for sharing.
Maybe.
Because not everything's for sharing.
No.
Is it?
And I wonder how often on these you go back and listen and think, oh no.
And I don't anymore. I did in the beginning, but now I'm in a place where if it happens naturally, I take that view that it wasn't meant for sharing. But I'm pretty open with what I say, and I stand by my convictions.
What about if somebody else says something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever go back to them and think and say to them, do you realise you said this, and are you sure you want that to go out?
I've had 1 or 2 people come to me saying they regret what they said, and we've dealt with that. But past that, I think everyone that I speak to is aware that this is going to be shared, and if they don't want that, then don't do it. Then don't do it.
Yeah, but
I'm not out to get anyone either.
No, of course
I'm not.
you're not.
I'm not out. I don't want to be one of those gotcha people.
No.
You know, that's not what I want to
But
do. at all.
sometimes when you're talking, you can say things that you didn't mean to say, and then later you can think, oh no, I didn't really actually want that to be public.
I guess that's just down to the individual, isn't it? That's down to each of us. And and I've even had someone a year later say that they want stuff taken down. But again, I'll take it down if they don't want that, because I'm not a gotcha kind of guy. Like I want to share this stuff, and I want to discover things, and I want to go on a journey, and I don't want to on the way upset people.
No, of course you don't.
So
No, because you're a nice chap.
a nice chap. I thank you. Thank you for the compliment. So can we take a look then? Can we have a look
Shall
at
I
the
show you
books?
these books?
Yes, please.
Right, so not in order,
Okay.
but 6 garden birds. So we've got the starling,
Mhm.
Dunnock. That's the one not everyone's heard of, but they're everywhere.
Okay.
And I felt sorry for the Dunnock because
So you're on a personal mission
I'm on
to
a
raise
mission.
awareness of the Dunnock.
poor old Dunnock, looks a bit sparrowish, but he deserves more recognition.
Yes.
Song thrush,
Yeah, we all know the song thrush.
magpie, chaffinch,
Yeah.
and the robin.
And the robin.
There
So
you
can we
go.
take a look at the robin?
Yeah.
I'm worried about my woodly
If
dirty
you've got
hands.
dirty fingers,
Yes.
then you can
Well,
just,
look, it's touched the ground.
you can
and-
keep them to
Can't
yourself.
you show me them.
Okay, so as we were talking about earlier,
Mhm.
turn to the first spread, and you've got January. Lovely picture of the robin in
And
January.
what a nice illustration that is as well. Like,
It's not bad, is it?
They're really
I know,
lovely.
It's lovely. And then a description of what the robin's doing in January, and then we just go through, because obviously, just to throw in there, another thing that children need to learn is the months of the year. That's
Yes,
something
so
else
you're
that's,
learning two things in one.
yeah, well,
Or 3 things in one.
that's it, you see. So that's another thing that they need to be able to recognise. Obviously they can't sound out the months of the year,
No.
but they can learn to recognise them from these books and learn the order, which is another sort of
And it's not
thing
forced
tick.
that upon you at all, is it? It's almost like subconsciously
No,
they'll be
that's it.
learning it, that there's an order to the
Exactly.
process through the year.
But what we want to really get across as well is that this is nature, and children these days maybe don't have the so much understanding and respect of nature that they need, and it's a shame. I don't want to mention screens, but they're not looking around them.
No.
Young people, they go out, they might even go out for a walk, but they put their headphones on. They're not hearing the birds. They're not seeing,
They're disconnecting.
They are.
They're connecting on that technological
Yes.
level,
No.
but they're disconnecting with the
That's
nature,
it.
with the real world that surrounds
That's it. They really, really are. And it worries me how many children I see. They're walking down the street, they've got headphones on, and they're looking at their screen, and they're not looking around them.
Before we go back into the book, I want to know more about that worry. What is it that actually worries you about that?
It worries me that we're going to have a generation of people who really pay no attention to what's going on around them, and nature. Nature is so powerful. It's so crucial to our mental health, and we're hearing all the time that our children are really suffering with their mental health. There's an epidemic of anxiety, depression, and I think a part of it is that they're disconnecting with the world around them, and nature is so healing, as we were saying earlier.
That's how we started this conversation.
Yeah.
It's how we feel when we
That's
come
right.
into the woods.
That's right.
So children are missing out on that.
They are.
If they're switching off from it.
you know, I don't want to mention my children and bring them into it, but you know, you they'll go out for a walk with you, but they'll put their headphones on because they want to listen to their music. It's not the same. You're not experiencing it, you know. So that really worries me, and I want to teach children very gently about nature and animals. I mean, young children have an instinctive interest in animals and nature,
and they have a curiosity
and I'd love to build on that. And so that's partly why I've gone with birds here, because birds aren't really, it's sort of seen as a middle-aged older person get interested in birds, you know, when you get old you start feeding the birds in your garden.
But it doesn't need to be that way.
No, of course it doesn't. No. So children being inspired and learning about birds, you know, and these books are full of facts about birds that I think and hope that children will find interesting. And inspire them to, oh, that's really, I didn't know that. Oh, let's find out some more.
Yes.
You know, so that's the plan. And also being able to read them without an adult, you know.
Yeah, it reminds me, it's a different type of illustration and a different type of book. Reminds me a little bit of the Mr. Men, the way that the shape of the, not just, the shape of the book, that it's easy for them to hold.
That's it.
There's not too many words on a page.
No.
I'm dyslexic, and I remember as a child struggling with reading, and actually the Mr. Men books were the only books I engaged with.
Well, everything has been thought through. You see, this is the thing, because obviously spending so much time teaching children to read myself, I know that this size book is perfect.
Yes.
Because it's light, it's easy to hold. Like you say, it's not overwhelming, the amount of words on the page. And even if they come to a word that they're stuck on, they can keep going to the end of the sentence and usually figure out that one word that they couldn't read, you know. So they can sit down, they can read that, and then the sense of achievement and accomplishment that a child will feel when they can read a book by themselves, you can't replace that. It's really valuable, really valuable. So that's what these books can do.
And so who do you hope finds these books? Not just, is there a particular, like I said, I'm dyslexic, I struggled. Is there a particular type of child that you're hoping discovers the books?
Well, no, I mean, if they're aimed obviously at, you know, sort of age 5 to 7, but older children who struggle can get just as much out of them. Adults who struggle to read, adult learners, you know, anyone, overseas readers, English as a second language, perfect. You know, we've had some orders from people overseas already.
Okay.
So it doesn't, you can come to it from anywhere.
Yes.
I mean, when I was obviously designing the books and putting them together, I gave them to a few friends to read. One particular friend of mine who's a real bird lover, and I gave them to her because I thought she'll be honest, you know. And she went, oh, I didn't know that, and I was like, yes.
You were winning.
Yeah. But she enjoyed them. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. So anyone, and we, you know, parents might want to buy them to have a set at home for their children. Schools might very well buy them to have a set in the classroom.
That was close.
That was so close.
But that's the kind of things when you find when you come out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get little moments.
I wish the audience could have seen how close that dog ran to the camera there. Wow. So anyone.
And where do we buy them then?
Okay, so we have our own website, which is onecs.co.uk.
You hope. I tell you what, we'll make sure we'll put it in the comments below the video.
Thank you. You can also get them on Amazon though. If you just search Garden Birds and then my name, Caroline Petherbridge, they'll come up. But we are just, I mean, we're early doors at the minute.
Yes.
So they've only gone on sale this week, and
I'm your first of many interviews that you're going to be doing about these.
Let's hope. But we're hoping they'll be taken into retailers as well. Yeah. We're talking with Waterstones, we're talking with lots of people. We're talking with the National Trust,
yes.
The Royal Society of Protection of Birds, RSPB, there you go, I got there in the end. We'd love to get them into shops like that really, you know, want to inspire children with nature. So, you know, we're talking to everybody at the minute, and it is early days, so I don't know. But if you would like a set, then obviously go onto our website or onto Amazon and you will find them.
So at this point then, let's do a bit of a hypothetical. I quite enjoy doing this sometimes.
Go on.
Let's jump in a time machine.
Right.
And if we was to go to the future, what do you hope it looks like when you walk into the nature reserve shop?
Oh.
And what is it there that you're finding and
I
discovering?
would just like to see them on the shelf. Nothing major. I would love to see them on the bookshelf in the nature reserve, in the National Trust shop or whatever. That would be amazing. I would love that. A nice display in Waterstones wouldn't go amiss. Not gonna lie.
And so you're walking into Waterstones right now, and there's a kid, and he's looking at the little book. Would you say anything to that child?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to interrupt that child's reading experience. It might be too tempting. I might have to say, "Oh, do you like that?" I wrote that,
You'd just like to engage with them and get a sense of how they feel.
Yeah, I might have to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have to.
Well, I look forward to seeing that happening.
Well, I hope so. If we, hopefully it will. But they will appear in shops, and then lots of children will be standing there looking at them, and that would be great.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Caroline.
Thank you for having
This
me.
has been a wonderful journey and an adventure through the woods.
Hasn't it been lovely?
We'll try and get some bird sounds as well, so that you can hear it there in the distance. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we're quite at the right time of day
No,
for the birds.
no, it's sort of coming. It's mid-afternoon, and I think the birds are sleeping.
Thanks again, Caroline.
Thank you.
If anyone has been watching or listening, we appreciate you for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. Yay!
That was great.